Yes, good evening. Welcome to a very chilled, relaxed Tuesday evening where Spurs have no skin in the game. No skin. There's no Premier League games going on that affect us. We're not in the Champions League. There's Championship games. We're not in the Championship. There's EFL Trophy. We're not in that. Not this season anyway. If we keep going how we're going, we could be next year. Ben, welcome. We love these chilled out chats, don't we? How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm glad to see that StreamYard has got his crap together. So StreamYard works. Hey!
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
even StreamYard can stop us having fun tonight, but I really like the intro. I know I've seen it before, but it gives me old school Premier League vibes, like how the things all moved. I like it. All we need now is written in the stars with a load of gold up. Firstly, that's a question for the chat to open the stream. What's everyone's favourite Premier League intro? Who remembers written in the stars? Written in the stars with all the gold coming off the players.
Yeah. You know where it says at the end where it says "Welcome to Football Heritage TV." I was toying with the idea of underneath having it say, in quote marks, "It's all about consistency" or context and consistency. But I thought, no, I won't. I'll keep it nice and clean and simple. But yeah, listen, I quite like it. Thank you. I like that. I know there's some crazy intros out there like that are 5 minutes long, and that's not me. I want it nice and clean. But Ben, StreamYard's been crap today. StreamYard.
Stop me streaming.
I tried to come into your show and I saw like Hoover attempting sign language and stuff. Ben, it's listen, before the game start, guys, girls, everyone in the chat tonight, welcome. Nice chilled out stream. We've got Champions League games galore. We've had 2 Champions League games already tonight. Celtic have drawn 0-0 away at Zagreb, and Liverpool have beaten Girona 1-0, which was an interesting game with 3 ex-Spurs players, or 2 ex-Spurs players and 1 current Spurs player. Anyone know who they were?
Paulo Gazzaniga, Brian Hill, and
who was it? Come on, Ben. Who was it?
The third one's the one I don't know.
A winger, a Dutch winger.
Oh, not Steven Bergwijn.
Not Steven Bergwijn.
I've looked at the chat. It's not out. It's not Dan Juma, is it?
It is Dan Juma. Yeah, it's Dan Juma.
Plays for Girona.
Yeah, Dan Juma. And apparently
they've lost their standards.
Yeah, well, I think the difficult thing from earlier, Wagwan. For anyone that missed the stream earlier, we were saying, can you imagine Donna Cullen walking into the boardroom going to Daniel Levy, Wagwan? Ben, it is a day without Spurs, but it's all getting a little bit spicy, isn't it, amongst Tottenham fans? Lots of, at the moment, fans are upset with Levy. There's fans upset with Ange. Some are upset with Lang. Some are upset with Romero. Some are upset with, this person, that person. Some are upset with all of them. And
everyone is upset with Savva.
And everyone's...
blame Savva.
Blame Savva.
Blame Savva.
It's just another week in a Tottenham. Before all the games start tonight. Look, we've got Rangers. We've got Rangers away Thursday, and this is interesting, right? Because on paper, Rangers aren't what they used to be. They're not what they used to be. But Ibrox.
Yeah.
European night, under the lights. Spurs are in no form and absolutely rubbish away from home.
Which means they're going to beat us.
I mean, it's going to be mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very difficult time for Tottenham. Everyone's talking about Romero at the moment, deciding to back Ange. Yeah, you're backing Ange, Romero. You've been terrible the entire year.
You've
only got 2 years left on your contract and you want out of there. So to try and get Daniel Levy to sell you, you're calling him out because you know that Levy is gonna get you out as soon as possible now to preserve his value. Yeah, you're backing Ange Romero.
Yeah.
Snake.
Oh, I wonder why he backs Ange. The fact that the guy's been crap all year, half injured, and still walks straight back into the team above Radu Dragusin.
Yeah.
You're right. It's all very suspicious. You know, how do I force a move out of Tottenham Hotspur? Or I don't know, say something bad about the main man. That'll do it.
It's so childish. Simon Jordan summed it up earlier. Just do your job. Just do your job, which you're not. Simon,
exactly.
I'm not trying to. It's one of those things. It's making me side with people because I like Simon Jordan. I think he's a really good broadcaster. But the moment he mentions the two pronouns Daniel and Levy, I switch off because he goes from being really balanced to being Daniel Levy's mate.
Yeah. He doesn't call him Daniel Levy. It's Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah, he calls him Daniel.
Daniel.
Or he doesn't call him Mr. He just calls him Daniel. But now I've got to side with him because he's telling the truth. He's saying things that people don't want to hear. The reason he's called out Daniel Levy is because he wants to move. He wants to move.
Of course.
He wants to move.
He wants to move. Let's be fair, right? This guy gets away. Again, he's another one that it doesn't matter how bad he plays, a portion of the fan base will go, Cootie. And for me, look, I thought, listen, everyone knows my opinions on Ange, but forget that for the moment. But his management on Sunday, his management on Sunday to bring back two injured centre-backs in the same game when the one fully fit centre-back at the club was available, ready to go, and is on the bench.
Playing fairly decently.
Agreed. And it just made me go.
What you do is you play one for 45. Romero, he pulled another muscle. It's unfortunate, but it just happens to happen in this situation. If you're going to do it that way and you're going to play them, you play Romero in the first half, you take him off on the 45th minute, and then you play the second one. That's the way you manage the squad. If you've got that. If I'm Radu Dragusin, I'm going to his loudmouth agent because he is a loudmouth. He's a total loudmouth. I'm sick of hearing about Dragu's agent. The first thing I do is I go to my agent and say, "Get me out of here. Get me out of here." They do not care about me. They are not managing me properly. I gave everything. I gave up an opportunity to go to Bayern Munich to play for Tottenham because I gave them my word. I did the right thing and went to Tottenham because I gave them my word. Mm-hmm. And now they're treating me like this. I'm forcing a move. I'm putting in a transfer request and I'm saying, get me out of here. An Italian team like Juventus could do with a Radu Dragusin. They're not playing. There are a load of teams in Italy that would take a Radu Dragusin. And there were teams that Bayern Munich wanted him. So if Bayern Munich wanted him last year, a team's going to want him this year. I would force a move. I would force a move.
Absolutely. I mean, we're the only club, right, that could buy a player in the window where we've all been crying out for centre-backs, then celebrate that he chose us over Bayern Munich. And, you know, we had that whole kind of lingering Bayern Munich thing with Harry Kane and all of that. Then don't play him for the rest of the season. Don't give him really... I mean, he only ever played when someone was injured. And by the way, sorry, just quickly, Akawatch. Something's just happened in Akawatch, Ben. We love Akawatch. Wickham are in my Aka. They're 1-0 down in the 47th minute of the first half. But Swindon, who they're playing, have had a man sent off on the stroke of half time. And Swindon, who are managed by...
I can't remember.
Neil Warnock is the manager of Swindon. So, Akawatch, for anyone that cares, I've got Wickham to beat Swindon, Wrexham to beat Crewe, 3 I'm not sure about, Burnley to beat Derby, Sunderland to beat Bristol City, and Leeds to beat Middlesbrough. And I know that's 2 teams that are flying at the top there. But, look, So we bring in Radu Dragusin. We don't play him unless anybody's injured last season. He comes in, wasn't actually doing a bad job, and then 2 players are half fit. Go on, Radu, can you go and sit on the bench?
I would argue that Ben Davies and Dragusin were playing better than Van der Ven and Romero. I would argue it. I didn't see Romero and Van der Ven putting in Man City away performances.
No, I agree.
We did beat Man United 3-0, and that was a great result. But Man United are not Man United this year. They're not. They were dreadful. They were bad.
Dio, I can't disagree with you more, I'm afraid. I agree with the first bit, but he's one of the world's best defenders. I mean, not in my book, mate. Dio, I don't get it at all when
standards have fallen so much.
He's high. He's so overhyped. Sorry, mate. I just don't think he's one of the best at all. The world's best defenders aren't hot and cold like this guy. The world's best defenders are like Van Dijk more often than not.
Every week.
8 out of 10. Yeah. Absolutely. Who's in the chat? We got Spurs King. QA is in the chat. Cold Shots in the chat. Lord Rodney. Angus is it? Welcome, Angus. Everybody, roll out the red carpet for Angus. He's very keen for Spurs to lose to Rangers on Thursday, believe it or not. When we're saying he doesn't suit the system, I mean, does anybody suit the system? I genuinely don't know what this means.
They might suit the system, Savva, if they played them their correct positions. That's the
agreed. Absolutely. I keep hearing, though, that I've had this conversation with so many people over the last 18 months. Who does Ange's system suit? And
Mickey Van der Ven. That's it.
But we say it suits Van der Ven.
It's killing him.
It's killing him. It's going to ruin his career. I genuinely don't
think... hamstring injuries in 1.5 seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a serious question. If Maddison said what Romero said, would your opinion be different on what he said? Look, for me, I think they all need to shut up and start playing better.
Yeah.
You know, rather than talking about, oh, the board didn't do this. Listen, both Maddison and Romero were very vocal in the summer about how good Spurs were, about how we've learnt from last season, how we're better, how we've strengthened, and said it as well. And then we get to a stage where we're not doing well, and all of a sudden, oh, Romero doesn't think we've strengthened. Well, hang on, where were you? You weren't saying this in the summer.
Yeah.
When the transfer window was open, where were you saying this?
This person is implying we're English biased, I think.
I couldn't give a crap what nationality someone is.
Yeah.
You know what? I heard this all the time. Like, oh, you love Kane better than Son because he's English. No, I like Kane better than Son because he's a better footballer. Like, do you know what I mean? It was that
I know the guy I know that I go to my local tap room with. He sits in the North Stand. He sits very near to where the subs warm up. And there was a very drunk bloke that was really, really, really off his face when Maddison was walking up the touchline. And he screamed at Maddison, "Why is he not playing you, Maddison? We love you. You're fantastic." He screamed it at him. And Maddison turned round to him and went, "I know. I know."
Oh, yeah. Talking about people. We've just bought Barry off the bench. He wasn't
It's number 21, Barrison Royale. Number 21.
Number 21. Shh, Ben. Shush, it's a secret.
Big up, Barry. For anyone that cares, Luton 0, Stoke 1. I can't believe the Luton manager's not been sacked, if I'm brutally honest. He's having an absolute nightmare this year. Yeah. And Colchester are beating AFC Wimbledon, if anyone cares. Lyle Taylor. Anyone remember Lyle Taylor?
No.
He scored all the goals at Charlton and then left them in bad circumstances. No. Barry, before all the Champions League games start, what do you... Yeah. I mean, Romero's stealing all the headlines this last week with playing when he was injured, sticking up for Ange, saying horrible, meany things about Daniel Levy. should he shut up and just play football, or do you like what he said? Like, what do you think the whole situation?
I think he's got nothing to lose. I think he's on a hide into nothing. If he doesn't say anything, it doesn't matter. If he speaks out against the board and the club, then he's going to get his move that he wants to Real Madrid or wherever he wants to go, right? So,
but as Steve said earlier, Romero doesn't suit Real Madrid. He doesn't.
No, it's not about Real Madrid. You can insert any club there, right? But he's basically saying, "Look at me. I'm a team man. I care about my team and I don't care about the club." And we know he doesn't care about the club because obviously, if it just goes to show by what happened around the Ipswich game and the last international break, or I'll play so that I can play for Argentina, and then. And then, it's just kind of, if he doesn't say anything, it's kind of like with everything with Tottenham. If you don't do one thing and do the other thing, you're going to get a load of hate or praise either way, right? So I think he's on a hide into nothing. It was very explosive, and obviously it was deleted soon after. But obviously, in this day and age,
nothing's ever deleted.
It's a screenshot, and then it gets sent around, like wildfire. I mean, look at what happened with Mikel Antonio, right? The West Ham announced a statement, and within 2 seconds, I'm sure everyone got the photo of what the car looked like, right?
Yeah.
Big up Baden boys. I love Baden boys.
So I think it's he speaks out, but then he doesn't. Again, it's words and not actions. For me, the action should be on the pitch as well, right?
We do need to wish him to get well soon, though, because no one wants that. No one.
But for Romero, obviously, I kind of digressed and mentioned something else. But for Romero, how many times it's all very well saying Ange's the best manager you've played under. Well, why don't you start showing it? Because I haven't seen anything special, right? And actually,
I think he's been shit. If we're gonna let's call it for what it is, he's been. Do you know what? He's been here 3 years now? Is this his 4th year, or hang on? He did 1 year. He came in the first year when Nuno was there, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's done one under Nuno, one under Conte, and now this is his second under Ange. So this is his 4th season. For me, guys, let me ask you guys this question. Do either of you care if Romero leaves in the summer? Like, no. I don't care. I don't think he's that good. I think he's dreadful in the air. He's always out of position. He's rash, makes a lot of mistakes. He's not a leader. And yet people go, but look what he's won for Argentina. All right. So what? Loads of people have won stuff for club and country. Doesn't mean that they're amazing. Steve Finnan won the Champions League for Liverpool. Doesn't mean Steve Finnan was a great right back. Yeah. Just means he worked in a system.
Yeah,
Gary never wasn't the greatest right back, but look what he won at Man United.
Mappers above said there's a reason Real Madrid want Romero. If he was average, why would they want him? Didn't Real Madrid sign Julian Faubert?
I think, look, Ben, I think when people say this, first and foremost, there's been no bid from Real Madrid. I'm not saying they don't want it. I don't know. They might want him, but there's been no bid, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, we're making it sound like City, Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. We're making it sound like these clubs never, ever make mistakes in the transfer market. Barcelona, dare I say it, they had Emerson Royal at the club. They had Emerson Royal.
How dare you? How dare you?
They bought Paulinho from us.
Paulinho, what a player. What a player he was.
How dare you?
Sorry, I knew that would get Barry. But you see my point, right? Listen, I think Romero is decent. I do. I think he's decent. But in 4 years that he's been here, I think there's so many bad games that go with the good games. As we just said there, Ben, how many bad...
He's the most Ange Postecoglou football player. He represents Ange Postecoglou. Every single weekend, it's a different thing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't care if your best games are a 10 out of 10 and you're amazing. If your worst games are at a 1, you sort of want your defenders to be either an 8 or a 7, and that's a stat. Like Roy Keane, for example. I know it's a different position, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Every game, Roy Keane was an 8 out of 10. If he ever put a 7 out of 10 game in, he was gutted and he would be screaming at himself. It's the level you've got to be. If you're a top quality defender or a defensive midfielder, you've got to be up there every single week. Virgil van Dijk is you said it. I can't remember the last time Virgil van Dijk put in a really bad, like a stinker.
Well,
he's been injured over the last year, but now he's back fit. Virgil van Dijk again. He can play till he's 35.
But sometimes, guys, here's the thing, right? Sometimes I always feel it always depends what your name is as to how you're looked upon. And what I mean is, if you look at a lot of the performances over the last 4 years that Romero's put in, don't get me wrong, there's been some brilliant ones, but there's been a lot of shit ones. And if you look at some of the performances he's put in, if that had been Eric Dyer, if that had been Davinson Sanchez, if that had been Ben Davies, they get called out for it.
Yeah.
Right? When Romero does it, it's, he wasn't at his best today. How many not at his best days can he have?
Poor baby. We need to be giving him a nice warm bath with a festive Bakewell and maybe something lovely. Big up the festive Bakewell.
I'm really not sure, Henry. I feel like you've got the wrong conversation, mate. We're talking about Romero, but good luck to you, mate. Listening skills not on your side, my friend. Listen,
2 of these, 1 of those.
Two of these, 1 of these. Look, I'm at the stage where who did I say this to the other day? If I woke up tomorrow and I saw that any one of our squad had been sold, there's no one there like back in the day. Back in the day, if you had said Modric is leaving, I'd go, what?
I was gutted.
Kane wants to leave. Bale wants to leave. Carrick's going to go. Defoe's going to go. King. If anyone said to me today, I'll use 3 or 4 at random. Solanke's left Spurs. All right.
Yeah.
Bentancur. Okay, yeah, he's all right, but it's not irreplaceable. Romero. Yeah, all right. I genuinely don't think there's anyone at our club that I'd lose sleep over. I don't know about you guys, but I just wouldn't lose sleep over it.
I'm not.
No.
Yeah. I don't think either. I don't think any of, like you say, any of them. I mean, I don't think. I said it a couple of weeks ago on We Are Tottenham TV. I think Son looks lost. I don't think he's. I just think he looks lost in the system. I don't think he's playing to the right system. I think if that goal against Chelsea, that I mean, we don't know what would have happened, right? Because the offside flag didn't go up. But if he'd put that in the back of the net, we don't know what would have happened with that. But you weren't expecting him to miss from where he was, and he missed it. So I don't think I don't think there's anyone that you sit there and go, Christ, we're going to be in trouble here if we sell this. You know, not like a Berbatov or a Carrick or when Carrick went to United, Berbatov went to United. Those types of players, you were like, oh, we can't afford to lose them. And then, now you're a bit like, it's a bit.
Yeah. I mean, even Mafouz, I'll be honest, even Kulu, I like Kulu. Kulu's a good player. But again, Kulu shows up every now and then. There's been, in these games where we've not been winning, you need someone to stand up and be counted. I don't see him turning up. Against Bournemouth, he gave the ball away 31 times. That's not a genuine top player. Look, we got some decent players, but even when people are saying Van der Ven, Mickey Van der Ven, for me, wouldn't be a loss. The guy's never fit. The guy's not fit. I mean, can you guys see this getting better with Mickey Van der Ven? Look at his age and how many injuries he's having in that hamstring already. Can we truly say that this guy's going to be fit ever for 38 games a season?
He's not. I think this manager's killing him. I think the training methods and how much he needs to run every single game, I think they're killing him.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the reason that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're so unlucky with the amount of injuries we're going to get. Give it time." Don't you think it's a coincidence that this time last year we had the same issues? Exactly the same amount of players injured. This player's injured. This player's injured. Richarlison, you can't stop. He's always injured. He's made out of perspex. He's not made out of anything. There was a reason why these injuries keep coming back. That it's the person I compared it to was Felix Magath at Fulham. The way he was training them, they were all injured, and they was wondering why they went down.
Yeah, look, I agree. Look, by the way, do you know what? By the first goal of the evening in the Champions League, I don't know if any of you are watching a game. I've just got the video printer coming on. There's no game that took my fancy, but Club Brugge 0, Sporting Lisbon 1. Jenny Catamo, that's a great name. Jenny Catamo, and Leipzig 0, Aston Villa 0 as it stands. But guys, when people talk about Spurs injury list, I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out. I think what we started to do to glorify how bad the injury list is, we started adding in a lot of players that no one rates or are kids, i.e. Odegaard. We're missing Odegaard. All right, well, we've never had him. He's not a first-team player. We're missing Mikey Moore. Well, Mikey Moore's had one good 15-minute cameo in a Spurs shirt.
Yeah.
Richarlison. Well, I mean, no one rates him anyway.
Except for Rico. Rico loves Richarlison.
Oh,
Rico loves him.
Yeah. Well,
he loves him.
But do you see what I mean? If you actually... Aston Villa, by the way, are 1-0 up at Leipzig. John McGinn has scored for Aston Villa. So Leipzig 0, Aston Villa 1. John McGinn. Yeah, look, I when I look at it at the moment, Vicario's injured, but Forster's been our best player this last month. Right? Yeah. The two centre-halves were injured, but I didn't think Davis and Dragoshin were actually doing too bad. I thought that there was no real drop-off because those other two weren't playing well. And Bentancur's suspended. He's not injured. So when I look at it, I think Solanke missed one game and we all went, oh, my God, no Solanke.
And then he came back in the team and the performances kept happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something needs to change. It's not right.
I think for me, the biggest disappointment, I guess, is Bentancur, because he was playing really well, and then obviously he's got that 7-game ban. I'm not disputing what he said was right or wrong, because it was wrong, but it always seems that these things happen to Spurs. The handball in the Champions League final, they changed the handball rule. You know, Enzo Fernandez does something similar, no ban. Why, Mario Balotelli, we should have like that Mario Balotelli, why always me? It should be why always us. It just seems that timing, it just doesn't help, right? It compounds, not the misery, because it
is misery, Barry.
I'm not sure. I was a bit angry on Sunday. I was just having this conversation with someone. I was angry on Sunday and I was like, that's it, I've had enough.
Yeah. By the way,
and I think sorry, Savva. I know. Well, I don't want this to turn into a Ange in or Ange out. I just don't know anymore, and I think that's the problem. That we all know the problem lies with the board. Does it matter does it matter if one of us three were the next manager? Because the same thing would probably happen, right?
Well, no, this is where I disagree. I feel like we're mixing the two conversations together. I think the huge difference is, from my point of view anyway, I'm not expecting, go on, hit that. Sorry, go on, Burnley. Go on. I'm not expecting any manager to come in here and immediately win things. I'm not. What I am expecting is a manager that comes in and actually makes us an actual organised football team that don't play like we're on the playground. All the Chelsea, honestly, the Chelsea YouTubers and Chelsea fans after the game were saying, we cannot believe how wide open you were for 90 minutes. Like we were just Why? And the problem is, Barry,
like,
for me,
we played like you do on a school playground. We score 10, you score 9. 9-10 every lunchtime.
Exactly. But what he said afterwards was the worry for me, Barry, right? This was the worry for me. He turned around and he's going, why should I change my tactics? And you're like, oh my God, what are you? We've won 1 in 7, mate. We've lost 19 of the last 40. It's not working. So all I want is, it doesn't have to be a Jose or a Conte caliber coach. I just want an actual manager that works on some team shape. I want a manager that prepares for the game. That's all I want.
No. I get that. But what if, I'm just saying, what if he stays? Because I don't think they're sacking him unless there's a monumental fall off between now and, like, we go out, we don't win on Thursday and we put ourselves in danger of not qualifying. We get knocked out the Carabao Cup and we don't win another game until after Christmas. Unless it's a fall off of that kind of catastrophe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's getting sacked, right?
I agree with you. I completely agree with you, Nick.
But what if we then kind of flip that? We win on Thursday. We knock Man United out. We're still in 3 cup competitions. For me, we should go all out for those 3 cup competitions. One of them, which we can win, right?
What does that mean? In essence, what does I'm always curious when people say this, Nick. What does we should be all out for the Carabao Cup? What does that mean? What, that we try harder in that game than the league games?
If I don't care if we finish 16th. If we win a trophy, I really couldn't give 2 rats. What's it? We're not going to get relegated.
Problem is,
right?
Barry,
we're not going to get relegated. But if we win a cup, surely that's all we want, right? Is to win a trophy.
The problem is, Barry,
maybe
this manager, this owner, sacked Jose Mourinho because he told him he was going to rest players for the Premier League because he was playing in a final. That's why he sacked him. That's why he sacked him. Because he
wants Champions League finals.
He wants Champions League football.
Okay, so then we go all out for the Europa League then, don't we? Because then if we win that, we win we get into the Champions League. We finish 16th, we win the Europa League, and we get in the Champions League. And Arsenal don't. It's just for you, Angus.
This Godfather, this is all I'm asking for. I don't want, people always say, well, you didn't like I don't want a negative guy. I don't want a gung-ho guy with no tactics. I just want a manager that realizes, right? Like, I'll give you an example. I don't know if any of you did either of you watch the Liverpool game tonight?
No.
Right, so Girona v Liverpool. What Girona did really well, they try and play some, and they play some really nice football with Mikel, their manager. But what they did at the base of that midfield, they had, remember Oriol Romero, who played for Chelsea and Southampton and Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
They had Oriol Romero, who sat in that number 6, more of a midfield enforcer than a kind of playmaker. But he snuffed out danger all game, protected the back 4, and Liverpool couldn't really get through him. And I thought, even their manager understands, hey, we can play nice football, but we need some solidity.
Bread and butter footballers. Bread and butter footballers.
Exactly. That's all I want.
It's one of those things, because a lot of Tottenham fans are saying, we've got a very decent squad, but we need a bit of stardust. I disagree. I think we've got the stardust in players like James Maddison. I think Udogie on his day can be absolutely brilliant. I think Kulusevski on his day can be brilliant. I think Porro on his day can be brilliant. Solanke on his day can get you a goal or 2. I think Johnson is a bit of an unknown. He always picks up at the back post and gets a goal. Is why he's got the players we don't have are bread and butter footballers.
Yeah.
We don't have those. We don't
have a Stefan Freund.
A Stefan Freund, a Wanyama, a Palacios, a Parker, a Michael Dawson,
Agreed.
a Justin Edinburgh, a Stephen Carr. Just players that Stephen Carr. A footballer on his day is going to turn up, and I'm not worried about him. He's going to put 11 out of 10 effort.
Let's take one of those players you said. look at Justin Edinburgh, right? Rest in peace, right?
Yeah.
Justin Edinburgh, the most decorated Spurs player of the last 34 years, isn't he? 2 trophies. Yep. Justin Edinburgh. No one ever is going to turn around and go, "Cool, what a left back."
Yeah.
But what they are going to do is say, Didn't you know what you were going to get each game? He played week in, week out. Everyone loved him. He put his heart on his sleeve. He would dive in front. Do you know what I mean? He was one of those defenders. He put his body on the line, and you know what he was getting. Now we seem to want everyone. We want to be able to play out in this system. Everyone needs to be going forward. I just think we need to get back to a few. What you said, Ben. You said it the best the other day, and I hate giving other people credit on my own show. But you said this the best the other day. Yeah, he's trying to reinvent the wheel, but removing the nuts and bolts that hold the wheel together, like or whatever. And that for me is look, Jamie Carragher this week, Hoddle, Redknapp, Merson, all of them are absolutely ripping into the way we play.
Yeah.
They're the problem. What do they know? What do they know?
They're the can I just quickly do some scores? We've missed loads of scores. I say we.
Yes, of course you can, Savva.
In the Champions League, Real Madrid are 1-0 up at Atalanta. Kylian Mbappe with a goal. Bayern Munich are 1-1 at Shakhtar. Leeds United are beating Middlesbrough 1-0. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, that sees Leeds 2 points clear at the top of the championship, and they are now flying. Luton have equalised against Stoke, and there was another goal. Did I see? No, that was it. And Stevenage, for anyone that cares, are 2-0 up against Burton. Yeah, sorry. Go on, Barry. I think you were saying.
Only the second goal Atalanta have conceded in the Champions League, and Real Madrid have been pony. I'm sure like last week was the first time that they'd conceded or lost or something. I seem to remember. Yeah, it was them and Inter, wasn't it?
Team. That's such a good team, Atalanta.
As it stands, Inter Milan. Here we go. Here's a quiz question. One team, I've given it away. Inter Milan have conceded none.
Yeah.
So far, and they're playing tonight. 2 other teams in the Champions League have only conceded 1 each. Who are they?
There's 2 other teams.
2 teams have conceded 1 goal each in 6 games.
Atalanta was one of them, wasn't it?
Atalanta have conceded 2 now.
2 now, but so what? There's still 2 teams on 1.
There's still 2 teams on 1. There's only 1 team on 0, which is Inter.
I don't know.
And two teams. Aston Villa.
Oh, yeah.
Aston Villa. I mean, that's not. Can you imagine Spurs, right? Playing 6 Champions League games and only conceding 1 goal. Could you imagine with how wide open we are? And the other one is Liverpool. So the two English teams both only conceding 1 in
Aston
6.
Villa are going all out for the Champions League. Unai Emery wants that champ. Imagine that Unai Emery wins the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying, Ben. Go all out for the Europa League, mate. It's who we are.
Imagine he wins the Champions League and he just turns up. Good evening. I'd love it.
Do you know what he should do? If he won the Champions League at Villa, I'd hand him my resignation. I don't think it gets better than that, does it?
No.
You're not. I'd go, good evening, Mr. Chairman. Here is my resignation. I can do no more.
I thought Perchy was the manager of Aston Villa.
But hang on. Right. Last week, Perchy was in charge of Tottenham.
Yes, he got sacked.
Then I saw a note saying he'd won the Europa League or the Conference League with Everton.
Yeah.
And then today, I redirected to his show, which was something about now he's the boss of Aston Villa.
Yes,
so
they offered him the
sacked.
job.
Did he get sacked from Everton?
No, he left the job because Aston Villa offered him the job.
He's such
and now he's managing the greatest footballer to ever walk the earth. Emerson Royale.
Is he at Villa?
He's at Villa.
Oh God!
And he refuses to play him because he's got an agenda. He's got an agenda.
Oh really? Right. Yeah, I'm sending him a message.
You know what? I was in the
agendas.
doctor's surgery earlier today, just waiting for my appointment. Got my earbud in, listening. I'm watching Perchy. I love it. It's like this real sort of. It's like it's not soft porn music, but it's like a real speeded up version of that sort of music going on in the background. And his team lost 3-0 at home to I don't know Newcastle or someone. I don't know someone. I just put in there Perchgate.
Yeah.
Jack Perchgate, unbelievable. Yeah, look, listen, guys, all I do know is as Spurs YouTubers, it's never dull, right?
No,
I've always said up until this year, can you imagine what Man City YouTubers debate? It was like, oh, I think Foden should have started today as we won the league. No, I think Grealish should have. You know what I mean? Like,
it's quite nice, really.
We're sitting there debating whether the tea lady should be sacked, the physios. Like, I've never known a fan base talk so much about everything at the club like we do. I don't know if anyone else does, but yeah. Someone said something about AFTV. Hang on, where are we? Yeah, Pochettino. Yeah, Pochettino. He absolutely loves it, and because he's not got his chair, he's like fired up, isn't he? He's like,
I can't handle the no chair. I had to go and watch it.
Why? Why don't you like the no chair?
He's got no chair. He don't care.
Yeah, I've just sent him a message saying I can't believe the Agenderson against Emerson Royal. He's got an awful player. Matty Cash is the Polish Cafu. I'm just going to reply. I'm blocking you.
Oh, mate. If Villa win the Champions League, I'm disowning my sister. I need to make this make sense in my head. Just as a forfeit, or does your sister support Aston Villa? Like, what's going on?
You must do.
Listen, I can't see Aston Villa winning the Champions League, if I'm completely honest. But as it stands, by the way, Liverpool have a 4-point lead at the top of the Champions League table.
They're so good this year, aren't they? They're so
4 points. So they've played 6, won 6, scored 13, let in 1. And Inter Milan at the moment are 0-0. So they're 4 points off it. Obviously, Barca, Dortmund, and a few other teams have got another game to play. But what Liverpool have done now, if I'm not wrong, Liverpool could qualify by tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
They could have already qualified.
Yeah, because the max, I'm looking at it now. Then what happens in terms of who plays who? Because that's going to be the confused bit. Do 9 to 24 play? Does 9 play 24
Yes.
and 10 plays 23?
Is it that? I don't. They get drawn like randomly.
Let's have a look.
I'm pretty sure they do, because this is the key thing when people say. Do you remember when people were saying, "Oh, the Galatasaray game for Spurs
was a free hit"?
It's a free hit, and I'm like, whoa! You won't say that if we get like a double header knockout game against Lyon. I don't, you know what I mean? And we've got a second leg in France. On like all these people that were going free hit. He did the right thing. Listen, I think you've got to be careful with these things. I think it's arrogance. If we're honest, everyone's telling me we're the best team in the Europa League so far. Do you know the best team we've beaten in the Europa League?
The same people that were saying that people shouldn't support. The same people that said about Tottenham losing to Man City because we wanted the Champions League are saying, "Oh, but it's a free hit." What is it then? It's either a free hit or it isn't.
Yeah,
it's either a free hit. No, it's a free hit or it isn't.
The same people that say, "Oh, I'm not worried about playing anyone in the Europa League," right?
I am.
Are the same, but they're the same people, Ben, saying Ange hasn't been back, doesn't have a good enough squad. Hang on, which one is it then?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Do we have a squad to win the Europa League?
Yes.
Or has he not been back? So like, make up your minds, people, right? It can't be.
I was watching another Spurs YouTube show the other day, and the first thing one of the people on this panel said is Chelsea is shit. Like, it literally came out and said, Chelsea, they're second in the league. They're second in the league, playing brilliantly.
Did you see the guy that came into my chat yesterday and he said, "Oh, Parma FC, without him, they're nothing." And I'm like,
bring up David Clark. Pick up David Clark.
Okay,
know,
so I found the official rules.
Hit us
for
with
the
it.
knockout. So basically, teams that finish between 9th and 16th will be seeded, and they will face a team placed 17th to 24th. So they then split those ones, and they will play one of the teams in the. If you're 9th, you can only play someone 17th to 24th, or 9th to 16th, you can only play someone 17th to 24th. And then the 8 clubs that prevail in the knockout phase will then progress to the round of 16, where they'll face one of the top 8 finishers who will be seeded. So then the ones at 1 to 8 will play whoever out of those. So you can't have a Liverpool play Inter Milan, or if that until it gets there. So
that's not. Yeah, so this isn't right then. 9 plays 10, 11
no.
plays 12.
So 9th to 16th are seeded. And if you're 9th to 16th, you then have a random draw to the one of the teams that are 17th to 24th. And then the winner of that game, the 1 to 8 is seeded. And then the winners of the playoffs play 1 to 8. And then it goes knockout from there.
Yeah. Look, I get it. And this is why when people were saying free hit, at the moment, we all looked at these 8 games Spurs had in the Europa League. So let me have a look at the Europa League table 1 second. I know it's Champions League tonight. As it stands, we are 9th. Okay, so listen, there's no drama. It's not mad. It's not terrible. But we're playing Rangers who are immediately above us.
Yeah.
And if we don't finish in that top 8, guys, that's embarrassing with the 8 fixtures that we had.
Yeah.
Because
completely embarrassing.
Do you know the highest ranked team we've beaten so far in Europe?
Karabag. It's Ferencvaros, wasn't it?
I think it's AZ Alkmaar.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Hang on. European club ranking.
Angus, you are actually 10th at the moment, mate. So you're not 9th. The highest team that we've beaten is.
It must be AZ Alkmaar. Surely.
Ferencvaros.
Are they higher than AZ Alkmaar?
Yeah, they're 11th. AZ
I got it
Alkmaar
right.
19th.
I got it right. No. I've got the UEFA coefficient rankings.
Oh, you're
in front
talking
of me.
coefficient.
Oh, all right. Don't change the agenda to your narrative, Savva. That's what
I've got it here. I'm doing it
on this table. I'm not doing it on coefficiency. You never said coefficiency. What nonsense is this? You're always doing this, Savva. You're changing things to your agenda. You're moving
the goalposts.
Moving the goalposts
like
to
you,
your
Savva.
narrative,
Fans
Savva.
like you.
Yeah, fans like you, Savva.
That's like it's my fault. It's my fault.
So basically, if you're going on coefficiency, then Savva will be right. If you're going on the actual table, then I'm right.
So I'm looking at UEFA club rankings, just club rankings.
Oh, so now you're changing it again. Are we doing club rankings or coefficient? How does that work out? I mean, look at this nonsense.
Either way, Ferencvaros are not above Alkmaar.
They are. What are they above?
On what table?
The Europa League table.
No, I'm talking about where teams are ranked in the world, Barry. I'm not talking about who in the table. My point was the best team we've managed to beat in Europe so far is AZ Alkmaar. We've had two
based on their Europa coefficient. Yes, Savva, that's correct. If you say that, but if you base it on the table, the best team that we've beaten is Ferencvaros.
Okay. I tell you what, either way, it doesn't really change my debate.
No, it doesn't. It's still
the best team we've beaten in Europe this year is Ferencvaros, right?
Yes, it does, Savva, because they're 19th AZ Alkmaar and they're in the mud.
We've played Galatasaray, right? We played Galatasaray and were taught a footballing lesson.
Yeah.
And we played a dreadfully out of form Roma
with Ranieri
this year, right? So far, the 2 decent teams that Spurs have played, we failed against. And I'm hearing that we're the best team in the Europa League. And I don't know what this is based on. I don't know what it's based on.
Clearly, we're not the best
I'm
team.
going to find a stat that it suits my narrative, Savva, so I can have an agenda so that I can say that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong, you're the problem.
I'm definitely the problem. How have Wickham allowed Swindon to go 2-0 up with 10 men at their own ground?
Oh, Red Bull Leipzig have just scored.
Have you got an Acker, Savva?
It's a pender.
Yeah, Wickham are destroying it at the moment, Barry. Wickham are destroying the heroes. They went down. Swindon went down to 10 men, right? Listen to this. In the second half of this game, look, I kid you not. In the second half of this game, look, they've had 81% and 7 shots, and Swindon with 10 men and 19% possession have gone down the other end and scored.
That's a really bad goal that Villa have just conceded.
Oh, no wonder they've made so many changes, Wickham. You should have. They're concentrating on the league, Savva. It was your fault. You shouldn't have gone for Wickham tonight.
Hang on, mate. Have you seen Swindon?
Yeah, I have seen Swindon. They are horrendous.
Oh, look who it is. Look who it is.
He's got another bleeding team.
Look who it is. Steve at 94 clubs. Here he is. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. Sorry, I just had to bring my brother. He needed something at work, so my bad. I'm a bit late. And of course, I grabbed some fucking McDonald's.
And you know what?
Other fast food establishments are available. We do not condone purely McDonald's. You can get other fast food outlets.
That's a lie.
Steve doesn't go to any other fast food establishments, especially.
Oh no, Wendy's. No! Don't lie. Wendy's.
Show us what you got.
Wendy's. I got 4 McChickens and a large fry.
What? 4 McChickens?
Yeah, I already ate one of them.
Where'd you put it?
Are they McChicken mayos or McChicken sandwiches?
Bro, I get sweet and sour sauce. And
they look like chicken mayos to me. They don't look like McChicken
It's different.
sandwiches.
The way they package the McChicken is different in the States than it is in the UK.
I don't care, Ben. Don't you start on packaging now. You're the problem. Packaging.
The look on Savva's face is priceless.
Hang on. Are all those burgers wrapped in? Because ours aren't wrapped like that, are they?
In the McChicken in the UK is in a box, but in the States it's in a yellow wrapper.
Show us the burger. I want to see what this actually is. No, that's a chicken mayo.
That's rubbish. What's in it?
Nothing.
Oh, what? What's going on there?
He's opposed.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him, mate. No sauce, no salad.
Hold on. I got sweet and sour sauce too. So I like dip it in it.
Can you show me your fries? Can you show me your fries, please?
You've had a mare. You've had a mare, Steve.
Super size fries.
No, these are large.
Steve, is it true, Steve? In America, I'm guessing everyone here has seen Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that true that they have to ask you each time? Would you like
cheese
super size?
Would you like cheese?
Maybe a few years ago, but not now.
I've got to agree with Miss Bunny on this one. That does look drier than Gandhi's flip flops.
I mean, it'll get wet when we have some sauce,
Steve, I'm sorry, man. No wonder Steve's McDonald's dates have had a really low.
Can one of you do some update scores?
I can't believe what I'm seeing, Steve. That must be, even with the sweet and sour sauce, mate. That must be so dry.
Yeah,
I don't care.
And also,
I'm not saying you care. I'm just saying it's a bit.
I'm the only. I know Barry has been to the States. McDonald's in the United States sucks. It's awful.
It doesn't. No,
it does.
I thought I was picky.
Anyway, some score updates while we get.
Yes,
even my throat feels dry just thinking about it.
Red Bull Leipzig won. Aston Villa won. It was Openda that scored for Angus. Openda.
Club Brugge 1-1 against Sporting Lisbon. Eduardo Quaresma with an own goal.
Atalanta 0, Real Madrid 1. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Inter 0. Brest.
Yes, please.
Brest 0, PSV 0. Club Brugge 1, Sporting Club de Portugal 1. So 1-1 Club Brugge Sporting Club. FC Red Bull Salzburg 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1, and Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Bayern München 1.
And in the Championship, Burnley 0, Derby 0, Luton 1, Stoke City 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, Swansea City 1, Portsmouth 0,
Just saying it
Norwich
like
City
you
0,
say it on the radio.
Sheffield Wednesday 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Sunderland 0, Bristol City 0, Leeds United 1, Middlesbrough 0.
No.
And in the National League, Forest Green Rovers against Dagenham and Redbridge, match postponed.
I
Fly
love it.
0,
Barry, if you're gonna read it in that voice, you've got to do the music. Sheffield United 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1.
And in Acker Watch, Wycombe Wanderers 0, Swindon Town 2.
I used to love that. I miss that. It's great.
Oh dear. What's Angus going on about? Angus, you ain't winning any again every. What does that say, Angus? You ain't every winning again. What does that, mate? I don't think that's Scottish or English, mate. What are you trying to say? Oh, he's saying you ain't winning ever winning the Champions League again. So who does Ash support? Hang on.
Ash is a Chelsea fan. So he's talking to a Chelsea fan about something his club have never won, but the club he's bantering have won it twice. That makes sense.
We love you. We love you, Angus.
That's funny. Arsenal fans summarized right there. Big up Angus, by the way.
Ellie is saying Savva is in the coefficient mud.
Nah, he's probably going to get some.
That was terrible. If I'm honest, that was
probably going to get some spicy McChickens.
What do you mean the spicy Mc? Oh, you've gone and got all the Maltesers out the celebrations.
Look,
how many have you got?
11. I did a 4-4-2. I've opened the box of Christmas chocolates. Much to her annoyance. And
so hang on a minute. If you've got 11 Maltesers, you must have opened about 6 boxes of celebrations.
No. It was a special box of Maltesers.
It's Maltesers truffles. They're banging. They're great.
And I just put out a 4-4-2 formation in my head. I was going, he'd play here, he'd play there. Right, where are we at with goals? Have Wycombe pulled 2 back yet?
Can I ask what game y'all are watching? Just so
I'm watching.
Oh my god,
Red Bull Leipzig.
You're watching Leipzig Villa?
Yeah. In a
To be
minute,
honest, I'm watching Tim Sherwood in a really interesting green cardigan on Sky Sports.
Barry.
Oh, Matty Cash is in. Straight at the keeper.
I love a bit of Mackie D's, but Steve's Mackie D's, Chloe, I don't think I've ever seen anything look as dry as that.
Yeah. Whenever I order a burger at McDonald's, it's a Big Mac, extra pickles, extra sauce, extra burger.
Sorry, I don't like my chicken sandwiches like that.
Hang on. Steve, I'm going to go and get a cup of sand, and I don't think it will be as dry as your burgers.
Cup of sand.
Look,
Steve.
All right. I like my women wet, but not my McChickens. All right. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Also, Steve, I have a question. Did you go through drive-through, or did you go in?
Drive-through.
Okay, so when you went through the drive-through, you actually had to order 4 McChicken sandwiches plain.
A large fry, yeah.
But you actually had to say, "Can I have them plain, please?"
Yeah, no lettuce, no mayo.
What, you didn't even go through, you didn't even like do it on the app, right? And just like give them the code and go, "I'm really sorry about that order," and go to the next window.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hello.
Sorry about that?
Hey, I'm going to do a really poor accent. Hey, it's Steve. Hey guys, Steve's at the window. Steve, guy having your usual, dude?
No, but while
Steve, Dry Steve. You know Dry Steve.
No, whilst Steve is at the window of the
hang
drive-thru,
on, hang on. And the guy goes, yeah, he don't like his he likes his
still
chicken
trying to-
nuggets dry.
I'm still trying to
He don't
figure out
like
what
his
the
women
big-
dry.
I'm trying to find out what the big deal is here.
whilst
Mate,
Steve
you've
is
got dry burgers, like dry.
What is
whilst
it, Matt?
whilst
What?
Steve is at the window picking up his chicken, he's like, "I'm sorry,
What?
guys, I
So,
can't look
so
at
if
someone
it's
just scored
so
it."
if it's mayonnaise,
Someone-
it makes it wet.
I'm sorry,
Steve-
guys, I can't pick up my burger yet. Someone just scored in the Albanian second division.
What do you
just
mean
watching
no
this here.
flavor?
Steve, when you have a pot noodle, mate, do you not put any water in it?
I don't eat pot noodle. I don't eat pot noodle.
He just gets out and he's crunching it down, and then he puts the sauce on top.
It's like going to a curry house and saying, "I'll have a chicken tikka masala, please, but without the sauce. Can I just have the chicken? I
I
don't
would
want the
say though,
sauce."
Savva, I would say you do have the lowest flavour of Nando's. Though you have the lowest spice at
But I
Nando's.
don't have it dry, Ben. I have some sauce on it.
He has barbecue. He doesn't have it dry.
I have sweet and sour sauce.
So you dip, Ben. You're a dipper.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Got it. Mm. No, that does. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But isn't like the inside really dry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by dry.
Like,
dry.
well, like it's had no. You know, like
Like
if you have a
West,
portion
yeah.
of chips and you've got no salt, no vinegar, like
Sure. There's flavor to the sandwich, yeah.
What?
There's
Hang
flavor
on.
in the chicken. There's a nice. I don't
Well,
know.
some good food on this stream before I head off. Here is a festive bakewell.
Guys,
Absolutely
I've just got some cardboard. I think it's going to taste better than Steve's chicken burger. Oh, it's some flavour to it. Yeah. Oh,
And sweet and sour sauce. So there you go.
Oh, Ethan Bates. Ethan. Go on, Barry. I know you want to say something about this comment.
well, Savva, you kept being a Nando's. He's not a lemon and herb man. Unfortunately, Ethan Bates, you are incorrect. He is a barbecue
Ooh.
Nando's fan, and also,
Oh,
if you don't
PSV!
know-
Oh! What a save on Luke de Jong!
yeah, that happened 2
Beast
minutes ago, Steve. What you also
You
don't
saw
know,
that
which
save?
you're going to get to know, is you should have chocolate cake with cream afterwards.
Ew.
'Cause that cake from Nando's. Oh my
I'm
god!
spreading the word. Chocolate cake from Nando's with their cream is the best chocolate cake I've ever eaten. On it, I
100%.
swear it is so good. Like it is so good. And you know what? We had a Nando's about 2 weeks ago, and I ordered the chocolate cake, and it was only afterwards we realised that they hadn't put in the cream to go with it. I know.
I'm gonna sound really white and middle class here.
Where
No!
do you live?
I'm gonna sound really white and middle class. The best chocolate dessert out of any of the chains was Pizza Express when they used to do the chocolate glory.
No, Ben, you're factually incorrect.
I love the
Actually.
chocolate glory.
It's
Have you got any
Nando's
evidence?
cake all day long. Hang on, Ben. You're talking to someone who used to be fat, someone that likes food, and a former Master Chef. I mean, he got knocked out in round 1, got completely mugged off by Greg Wallace, but that's another story.
Greg Wallace.
3 people that are experts in our field. I'm not having Pizza Express,
Yeah,
Chocolate
no,
Glory, or
Chocolate
some nonsense. I
Glory
mean,
was
the name is
nothing.
just nonsense for a start.
I have a question.
If I wanted to knock your socks off, I'd talk about all the places I went to in Italy, which are 5 million times better. But as a chain, the chocolate glory at Pizza Express was fantastic.
Was. We're talking
Yeah,
about the
but
present.
yeah, I bloody removed it, Pizza Express, you
You know why,
scumbag.
Ben? Ben, you're
How
the problem. You're
dare
talking
you?
about previous. You're talking about the past. You're talking about Conte. We're talking about Ange now with Nando's.
Yeah, Ange. We're talking about Ange pudding. Can I ask a question? Deviate. I say deviate, right? Where on earth do you live that you are 50 miles away from your nearest Nando's.
Yeah, we want to know this. He's going
Maybe
to say
Steve,
like,
Steve, do you have Nando's in America?
No.
Yes, there is
So
Nando's in America.
We got
Nando's in America.
We got Hooters. But
Yeah, we've got a Hooters in Nottingham.
nice.
There's one in Bristol
Or
as
in
well.
Nottingham Forest.
Of course, it's in Nottingham. Of course. I heard
Hang
that's a
on,
good
so you
party.
don't have Hooters in America? You don't have Nando's in America?
I do have Nando's in America. There's one in Chicago.
I did not know that.
Hang on. So you live in Ilfracombe? Sorry, if
I know there's a Nando's in Exeter. There's a Nando's in Exeter, surely, unless it closed.
Exeter's where I live in the US.
Here we go. Ilfracombe is in North Devon. You're telling me your nearest Nando's is 50 miles away? That would be a terrible, terrible delivery takeaway, wouldn't it? 50 miles. That'd be awful. If anyone supports Burton tonight, I'm afraid that Burton are losing 4-0 to Stevenage at home, and Stevenage, an ex-Spurs player, has just scored for Stevenage. Anybody? An ex-Spurs midfielder.
Josh.
Nabil
The answer every week isn't Josh Onamoa, right? He doesn't play for everyone.
Oh,
Is it
Who's
that guy that plays for Bournemouth? Tavernier. What did you call him? Tavernier.
Tavernier.
Yeah, Tavernier. It's like when people, instead of saying Kieran Trippier, they say Kieran Trippier, like his friends.
It was Harvey White with the he was ours, wasn't he? He was ours, Harvey White. He came through the academy.
Harvey White.
Yeah.
What?
No, you got to say it like a posh person. Harvey White.
You've never eaten a Nando's.
It is very average, Nando's. It is very average. It's very average.
But to have never eaten one.
Our breast above Arsenal. Let me check.
To have never eaten one. By the way, there's only 71 likes in the chat. We're giving you great food banter here.
Yeah, they are above Arsenal, yes.
For DV8, the nearest thing I can suggest him is Malcolm Barney Cut, which is very much based in Cornwall, and that is delicious. I love Malcolm.
By the way, the goal scorer for Brest, this is a wonderful name.
Roman de Castillo.
Julian Le Cardinal.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
That is a brilliant name for a footballer.
Julien Le Cardinal. Yes.
And another ex-Spurs player has just scored for Chesterfield to go 3-1 up against Wigan. Put your answers on a postcard. Which ex-Spurs player plays for Chesterfield that's just scored?
Josh Onamoa.
Not Josh Onamoa. By the way, Bayern Munich are 2-1 up. Thomas Müller has scored. Who's just scored for Chesterfield? Ex-winger for Tottenham Hotspur. Oh. Big things were talked about with this guy as well.
Jack Clark.
Not Jack. No. Jack Clark doesn't play he plays in the Premier League.
Well, he doesn't because he's not that good, but
Dylan
Markanday.
Oh, yeah. He went to Blackburn, didn't he? And then he got injured.
Yeah.
So
he was supposed to be the next big thing, the next cab off the rank.
Muller.
I think that was a really good shot in the dark. Just Jack Clark.
Jose Dominguez. I loved little Jose Dominguez. I loved him. He'd come on with 15 minutes to go. Skillful little winger. I loved him.
Was Jose Dominguez was the Adel Taarabt of the day, wasn't it? Adel Taarabt was. He was
that
brilliant.
big. So it was about that big.
He was so brilliant for QPR, Adel Taarabt, but he was. When he came on for Tottenham, all he would do is try and skills up past someone and lose the ball.
George.
Why are the panel hating on the American? That's Steve. He's got a name. It's just forgetting McDonald's. No,
There's so many better fast food restaurants than McDonald's in the United States.
That's not the hate. Barry and I famously had a nugget challenge live.
Well, I don't know. One of us had a nugget challenge, Savva. Let's not do this, yeah? Let's not do this. One of us had a nugget challenge, and one of us felt rough for 2 days afterwards.
I was so bad that it was like Ange was managing me how to eat my nuggets. I was wide open. It was awful. You were coached by Pep Guardiola, and I had Ange giving me all these tactics.
I was just chicken the chicken nuggets, wasn't I?
Firstly, all the fast food restaurants in the United States that are really good, he goes for McDonald's. And secondly, he has a plain McChicken sandwich. No Big Mac sauce, no ketchup.
Yeah, George, we're not hating.
Because I don't like ketchup. I don't like.
Just quickly, Atalanta have equalised. Atalanta 1, Real Madrid 1. A player I really like, by the way, Charles De Ketelaere, I believe it. De Ketelaere?
Charles De Ketelaere.
How can someone that knows how to pronounce things that posh go to McDonald's? Charles De Ketelaere has scored. Good player. Good player.
Very good.
And Atalanta are
at least get a baconator. If you're going to go for fast food, baconator.
Atalanta.
No, I don't like bacon. I don't like bacon.
You don't like
Atalanta are a very good side, Savva. You're right. What you need to do is just
I'm trying to get some football conversation in. Yeah, Atalanta.
The Jewish guy is going to tell Strasbourg Steve that he should like bacon.
Anyway, Ben, there's more important things. Like Chloe asked, what was the nugget challenge? I do not ever want to repeat or remember that at 40 chicken nuggets, it was.
40.
Savva did, I don't know, 4, maybe, I don't know, 6.
No, I didn't do 4. I think I was on about 16 by the time you got to 40. I don't know.
I did 40 in 9.5 minutes and then spent the next 3 days thinking I was going to have a heart attack.
Steve, should we do another 24-hour stream soon?
That's fucking literally, yes.
Are you allowed to do them now that you've got a girlfriend?
Yes, of course. For charity, of course. Yes.
I'll just check him. Because you and Ben have changed. Ben have changed since you both got girlfriends.
Really?
Yeah. That's fact.
Changed like switched personalities? Like I have his and he has mine, or what?
No.
No. This isn't a Hollywood film where you wake up with someone else's body or something. Like I'm talking about
Face Off, Steve. It's not Face Off.
Do you know what? By the way, anyone that cares, Charlton 0, Leyton Orient 1. Guess who scored? A Tottenham player for Leyton Orient.
I'm
only joking. It wasn't a Tottenham player. I don't think he scored this year, as the old Jamie Donnelly.
No, I don't think
I don't think he scored a goal by December, and everyone was wanting him in our first team in the summer. It is what it is. Please do smash the like button, people. We've given you football and food-based banter. We will do.
Steve doesn't like bacon. I think that's heresy.
I don't mind bacon, but I don't really ever crave it.
You don't go out of your way to
overrated.
get it. You don't go out of your way to get it.
When you're really hungover, the only thing that will fix you is a bacon sandwich.
Sausage and egg McMuffin. Sausage and egg McMuffin sorts you out, Ben, with the hash brown in the sausage and egg McMuffin.
Sausage and egg McMuffin's also a really good one.
With the hash brown in the sausage and egg McMuffin. I also educated Savva on that, and he was like, "Oh, that's a new one. I like that."
What was that?
The hash brown in the sausage and egg McMuffin together when you have it all together rather than separately.
Oh yeah. Blew my mind. Yeah, see, McDonald's I can take or leave. I'll be honest, since I gave up drinking, I've not really had it. Like it was more of a in an Uber on the way home from a night out. Oh, what's open? Let me just order everything on the McDonald's menu. Oh, Wickham want to score in the 93rd minute, do they? Bloody Wickham.
How many minutes are left? You never know.
No, you do know. They need 2. There's 3.5 minutes of injury time left to get 2 goals.
Come on, Wickham.
Hang on, didn't he used to play for Spurs? My mate, do I just think everyone played for Spurs?
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
That's a bad result, though, isn't it? Like if you are 10 men against an awful Swindon for 45 minutes and then lose 2-1. Good to see you, Ben. Gonna jump off now, guys. That was the conversation in the back room. Ben, told you he's changed. Told you he's changed.
Yeah.
He's off. He's off.
I've
See you later,
changed.
Ben.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys. Have a good evening.
Much love. Yeah.
So Angus, just to answer your question, why did we do it? We did it for charity, Angus. That was the whole point of it.
Savva, when do we want to do the 24-hour stream? When?
We'll do it in February. No point in January. Everyone's skint. We'll do one in February, and we will think of a worthy charity. Because as fun as they are,
I got one.
Go on.
Epilepsy.
You know what? This is one of them things where whatever you said there, my response could not have been anything but, yeah, could it? Like, you couldn't have said epilepsy, and I go, no.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't. You could have said cancer, and I went, no, I don't fancy that.
It's kind of boring.
You know what I mean? What could I possibly say to anything that someone suggests?
Right.
If you had said the Tottenham Hotspur transfer kitty, then we could be talking. Yeah, we'll do one. Barry will join for a few hours. He loves a little bit of a 24-hour charity stream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's listening. My biggest fan, Mr. Box Office. I'm sure he's out there listening to me. Probably asking Savva.
Get him on.
Probably asking Savva where the link is. Why is this fraud talking waffle?
Do you know what? He messaged me earlier. We always have a good chat, me and Alex. And I like Alex. He's just a really nice guy. If you ever meet him in real, he's such a nice guy.
Hilarious.
Let's just see if he might not be available, but if he is, can always get him on. And what you do know with Alex is that whatever we're talking about, whatever he will respond with, won't be what we're talking about. And that's what I love about him. That's what I love about him. We could say, what do you think of Nando's? You go, yeah, but I don't like McDonald's burgers. And you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's no, I love it. I love him though. He's such a good guy. He really is. Really like him. A bowl of Mexican menudo?
Never heard of it.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Dio, hangovers. I tell you what, I think today
I don't even
is actually, I think you can see at the top of my screen there. Can you see that?
4 months, 27 days, 100. Nice. There you go.
150 days today.
I've had like one hangover in my life, so
I've just Googled what Mexican menudo is, and if I'm honest, now I know what it is. I don't want to have it if I'm ever hungover. It's it's a traditional Mexican soup made with cow's stomach in broth with a red chili pepper base.
No.
Oh,
I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure it's good, but now I've read that, I don't actually. No, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
I'm bringing it up on screen. This is the picture I've got. Nah. That looks like somebody. That looks like somebody has kind of been opened up in their stomach and bits have been pulled out and put in a soup.
Nah, it looks like really bad ravioli or something.
No. It looks like something in a bush. It looks like
something
in a bush tucker trial. It looks like something like it's like the offal being thrown down in a bush tucker trial.
I would have to say my chicken sandwich is a bit more appetizing than that.
I mean, Steve, I'd still probably have a go on that menudo before I try one of those dry sandwiches, mate.
With sweet and sour sauce, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The 40 Mexican menudo challenge, Ethan.
No,
not even one spoon is going to have it.
No,
not even spoon is going to have that.
No.
There is for whatever that picture is. There's certain things like jellied eels, right? Have you ever eaten jellied eel?
No.
I have had one bite of it in my life and genuinely want to know why anybody that isn't being held at gunpoint puts it in their mouth. It was absolutely atrocious.
Do you know what we should
Jelly
do,
Bean-
Savva, for this 24-hour charity stream? I think there should be some bush tucker trials thrown in this, like the fermented egg, the fish eye, yeah.
I love it. What was this whole thing? Do you remember that? Like, didn't Alex chase Ali Gold down the high street?
He was down. He was in Chick King. My understanding. I may get this wrong, so I apologise for the inaccuracy of this story. But Alex was in Chick King or another chicken shop on the high road with a bucket of chicken under his arms. He saw Ali Gold and he went to try and talk to him, but it looked like he was chasing him up the high road, not trying to have a nice conversation. So just picture this, right? And it's in the evening. It's Tottenham High Road, which, let's be honest, not the nicest of places. Ali Gold's walking up. You got someone chasing behind him with a bucket of chicken under his arm. So that's the scene that we've painted. So I am sorry. I put the disclaimer out. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, Alex. If you are listening, you can come on and you can tell us.
I've messaged him. I have messaged him.
Story, but it was something like that. I think is what my understanding was.
I have messaged him. Do you know who? Do you know what? Do you know who I haven't spoken to, Frank? Bobby K.
Bobby!
Should we send Bobby K the link?
Yeah.
If you're free. P.S. Hardly any football is being talked.
No
hardly
football.
any.
Which is
any.
the reason why earlier in the day you said, "Oh, you should come on, Steve." Oh my god,
Steve. Well, this is the first time in 4 that you've not ghosted me. But
Yes,
the last
Steve.
3 times, Steve said, "I'll be there," and then I'm like,
or sometimes
Steve?
they'll say, "I'll let you know a few hours before."
Or you fall asleep, or you've changed because you've got a girlfriend.
Well,
Choose
no,
A, B, or
usually
C.
sleep.
Probably C, the last one.
No, it's
hang
definitely sleep.
on. Sorry, where did this notion that I can't cook come from?
Hang on. That's both of us, Savva. Who can't cook and live on takeouts most nights? Who lives on takeouts most nights? Look at the size of me. I used to, but I don't anymore.
How many stone have you lost?
I've lost 6 stone. George, I'll have you know.
Hang on, you achieved losing 6 stone by having takeaway every night
And not being able to cook, yeah.
and not. Where has this come from that people think I can't cook? Like, who told you? Have you been speaking to my wife? What's going on? Why do you think I can't cook?
I'll have you know, Savva makes a mean cheese on toast.
I do make a brilliant cheese on toast. Yeah. Do you know what I'm a big fan of? I'm a big fan of I love a toasty, right? I love a toasty, but I like a Bovril or peanut butter toasty. Just sharing that. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
Big up Jacob in the chat. How you doing, man? Hope you're well. Phil P, I know that you're in the pocket of your wife, but if you're allowed to come on, feel free. Come and join the party, mate.
Phil Army.
The Phil Army. Yes, hang on, let's see. I know he's normally not allowed to. Sorry, what the F is Bovril? How do people not know what? Sorry, who are we streaming to tonight?
Miss Bunny, I don't know what Bovril is either.
Right, okay.
So no one's ever gone to a football match and got a Bovril. Like what?
No.
Hang on. Do you know what though? I don't like it as a drink. Right, hang on. Here we go. Look, here you go. Let me bring
This
that up.
This a UK thing?
Here we go. So you guys don't know what this is?
Nope.
It's like, okay, do you know what Marmite is?
I've heard about it, but I don't.
Right, it's not Savva, by the way, because some people love him, some people hate him. That's what Marmite is.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a fucking great one. Yeah, good dad joke, Barry.
Right, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look. There you go. Is this still on the screen?
Yeah. What is bullying? What is bullying coming?
What is bullying?
I'm just a Bovril. There you go. A concentrated essence of beef diluted with hot water to make a drink.
That's disgusting.
It's right. Have it
That's
as a
disgusting.
spread. Have it as a spread. It is brilliant.
No.
It
More
is
for you.
honestly.
More for you. More
it
for
is
you. I
brilliant.
ain't touching that.
Jacob, send me your address. I'll post you some. I'll send you some. Oh, how have
Marmite.
we
I like
descended?
Marmite. I'm not too keen about Bovril on toast, but Marmite on toast is good.
I love Marmite. I love Marmite. Hang on, Phil P. Charity idea: the Donkey Sanctuary, future-proofing Spurs players.
That's funny.
How about how have we descended into purely like there's Champions League football going on.
No one's in. Yeah, but Sav, have you seen the games? No one's interested, mate. They're more interested in this.
Wayne Rooney must be close to getting a sack. They're currently 2-0 down at home to.
I don't feel bad for them at all. He's a wank manager.
He is, but do you know what? I think the difficulty is they've got the lowest budget, I believe, in the championship.
Yeah. So what you should do is not hire a terrible manager, because then you have no chance. You already had a very low chance of surviving, and now you basically you have no chance because you have a horrible manager.
Maybe they stay up. Who knows? Is it like drinking gravy? No, it's not. It's not like drinking gravy. People used to do it all the time back in the day. A cup of hot Bovril, didn't they, Barry?
Yeah. But hot Bovril, that's most
random.
Football games, people would go, "What would you get to warm you up?" "Oh, I'll have a cup of Bovril." That's what would sort me out. Not a hot chocolate. It was a Bovril instead of hot chocolate.
If you like that sort of yeasty Marmite taste, that's what it is. I like it as a spread. I don't have it as a drink. I like it on toast. Is it like Nutella but beef? I mean, I don't know how to answer that. Is it like
Atalanta? The Catalana?
Oh,
I mean, it's a similar color to Nutella.
Not
completely
really.
different. You've gone from one end of the sweet to savory taste would be the word, Barry, would it? Savory rather than not sour. It's
more it's savory,
savory taste, isn't it? Yeah.
Like salt. So if you're comparing it to popcorn, it's like sweet and salty popcorn. That's how you compare it, not Nutella to.
I'll tell you what we do. We're 385 subs away from 15,000. When I get to 15,000, I will give away 20 jars of Bovril. I reckon people would want that more than a Spurs shirt at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't just have a tablespoon of Marmite, if I'm honest. That's probably going to give you heartburn. Let's be honest.
I love Marmite. But I'm only joking in the chat. The reason why we're not giving you any Champions League scores is they've only just come back from halftime. So it's the second half. So just getting underway in the Champions League. By the way, Leeds are currently top of the championship. Nonto with the goal. Sunderland are losing at home to Bristol.
Hey!
Go on, Steve. Who scored?
Sunderland. I don't care.
Who scored?
I have no idea. No, I was saying Sunderland are losing. That's all.
Oh, even your response to that was delayed.
Steve celebrating Mohamed Salah's penalty in the Liverpool game that kicked off at 5:45. He's that far behind.
Oh, what a soft penalty that was, by the way. Our football is so soft now. It's like,
Here goes Savva again. Here we go. 20 minutes. Rant incoming from Savva. Here we go again.
Oh.
I don't know who scored for Bristol City yet. It doesn't say yet.
Bristol City, the goal was scored by Luke McNally.
What a name.
Luke McNally. Jellyfish Potter said, Steve doesn't half make me laugh. That's why we bring him on for the comedy.
I'm not a comedian.
What is the time where you are, Steve?
4:07 p.m.
Very, very specific. 4:07 p.m. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I'm unsubbing if that's the incentive for 15K.
Yeah, Savva's gone from 380 to 1380 in the space of 5 minutes.
My subs just dropped to less than 1,000. I can no longer monetize. Oh, dearie me. I can't believe that we're nearly at 15K.
Boniface.
Just madness. Just madness. But yes. So in the championship, by the way, the scores in the championship at the moment, Plymouth are losing at home 2-0 to Swansea. Luton 1, Stoke 1. Scotty Parker's Burnley are 0-0 to Derby. And did you guys know that Burnley have played 20 championship games? Guys, 20 championship games. How many goals do you think Burnley have conceded?
45.
In 20 games?
Yeah.
You think they've conceded more than 2 a game?
I can't tell if you're alluding.
I'm going with 10.
I can't tell if you're alluding to them conceding a lot of goals or like barely any.
Well, they're 3 points off the top of the table, so I wouldn't think they've conceded. Right, 20 games. They've seven goals conceded in 20 games.
Damn.
Get Scotty Parker to teach Ange how to defend. That's what we need.
I don't think that's going to help them.
Elsewhere in that league, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Blackburn 1. Blackburn have just scored. I think they're doing well as well, aren't they? Blackburn have just gone into 5th place. Leeds, though. Leeds are currently top of the table.
Sheffield United have a game in hand, though.
They do have a game in hand. In the Champions League, Atalanta 1, Madrid 1. Brest 1, PSV 0. Bruges 1, Sporting 1. Leverkusen 0, Inter Milan 0. Leipzig 1, Villa 1. Salzburg 0, PSG 1. Shakhtar 1, Bayern 2. And I just want to check what that's done for Bayern and PSG because they were both really struggling. So in the Champions League table, what that means that listen to this, guys. Brest are 3rd in the Champions League table. Right?
After 6 games as well. It's not like it's
Yeah, Brest are 3rd. PSG have moved up to 24th. So at the moment, PSG are just in the playoffs. Bayern Munich have gone up to 7th at the moment. Man City are down in 18th, but again, a win tomorrow could see them go into the top 8. And Villa have just dropped out into 9th. So it's I quite like this format. I think it's much better.
I think it's been awesome. Yeah.
I think it's much better than normally in the Champions League. A team plays 3 games, wins their first 3, and they don't need to do anything for the next 3 games. You know, they've gone through.
Bakayoko. Oh.
By the way, the information I've given you there is going to completely change because Aston Villa have just taken the lead in Leipzig.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So Aston Villa, if I'm not wrong, he scored goals, didn't he? John Duran has scored double the amount of goals this season as Dominic Solanke, our £65 million striker, and he's only started 1 Premier League game. Where are we? The Champions League table, that puts Aston Villa back into 3rd. So Aston Villa are 3rd, Brest are 4th, and Bayer Leverkusen will drop out of the top 8. So Aston Villa, potential Champions League winners for the 24-25 season. That would be so funny. Who's Go on, Steve.
I was just saying that Duran goal, I can't tell if it's horrible goalkeeping or a crazy shot. Because it was over the middle, but it like curled and dipped and bent. It was crazy goal from Duran. That guy scored some crazy goals. I'm telling you.
Fucking 1 second. Here we go. Graham Bailey. I don't know how
reliable.
Reliable is has said, TBR Football understands that Jonathan David and Angel Gomez are both on Tottenham's radar, and talks have taken place over possible free transfers in the summer. The chance, I mean, do we want Angel Gomez? Don't we need someone with a bit of physicality?
He walks into your 11, bro. I can't lie.
Huh?
He walks into your 11.
Yeah, but like, don't we need some? For me, we need some men in that midfield. Like, we need an enforcer, and he's about
Steve.
4 foot tall.
Steve, I thought I was going to get a tap on the shoulder today and see if I could play on Thursday night, mate. That's when I was at Hotspur Way today. I thought, they're gonna see my moves and they're gonna stick me in centre mid, mate, up at Ibrox on Thursday.
That's good for you, Barry.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what I make of that. I mean, Jonathan David and Angel Gomez, I mean, doesn't really scream.
Do you need a striker, though? I mean, this all depends what manager you have.
Of
A
course,
better manager will get more out of Solanke. He'll get 15 goals out of Solanke in the league. A better manager. Will you get that better manager? Don't know. But it probably won't be Ange.
Okay.
And you know my thing with, and you know me with Jonathan David, bro. I mean, the guy scored what, 101 goals for Lille in 209 appearances, and you can get him for free. What's the risk? What's the risk?
I get it, but what I don't understand is, again, everyone I'm seeing Spurs linked to is a playmaker or a forward. So we are dreadful defensively and being solid in the middle of the park. Why are we not trying to buy any enforcers or defenders? This manager drives me insane.
It's who you are.
Honestly.
It's who you are, mate.
I don't get it. Again, Jonathan David, I don't think's a bad striker, but again, in what formation, Steve? Do you know what I mean? In what formation would suit, in your opinion, what style of play suits Jonathan David?
I've seen him. I mean, at Lille, I've seen him play in a 2 up front with Burak Yilmaz for a bit. I've seen him play this year with their manager. Oh, who's their freaking manager? Oh, shoot. Vinny Jr. goal. Vinny Jr.
Real Madrid are 2-1 up. By the way, also Middlesbrough have equalised at Leeds with Max Voba own goal. And a great name here. AFC Field have scored Barat Ustabasi. That's a great name.
Ustabasi. That's a crazy name.
It's a great name. Great name. Yeah, look, I just don't get it. I feel like we're not learning from window to window what we need. We're kind of just constantly buying forwards. Like, look, Angel Gomez, for me, looks like a good midfielder. But when I watch the way we play, where's Angel Gomez going to fit into this system?
All PSV at the post. Oh, my God.
Good answer.
Good answer. PSV.
Good answer. Where is he going to...
I'm not.
Where's he
going to
fit
sure
in?
where he'd fit in. I'm not sure where he would fit in. Is he a 6? Is he a 6? We don't play with a 6. I don't know. He's a what?
He's a number 8.
Okay. I don't think we even play with a number 8, do we?
I mean, but when you look at it, you've got Bentancur, Basuma, Sarr, none are 6s. Most of them are more 8s. Then you've got Kulu and Maddison. Do we really need another one before we get defensive midfielders and defenders?
You guys could use like a Dennis Zakaria from Monaco. You could use someone like that.
Absolutely. Doesn't have to be an amazing. By the way, Aston Villa, John Duran again.
Yeah.
So let's just have a look at John Duran this season. It's gone to VAR, by the way, but John Duran this season, he's got 5 Premier League goals. Bearing in mind he's only started 1 Premier League game, so he's got more than Dominic Solanke, and he's only started 1 game. He's got 2 goals in 2 League Cup games, so that's 7.
Good finish.
And he's got is that 3 or 4 Champions League goals now. So he's in double figures for the season, and he's their second choice striker. Real Madrid are 3-1.
Bellingham. Oh, Bellingham. Well done. Very nice.
Real Madrid are 3-1 up. So let's see what all of it. Oh, no. Hang on. Cancel. Let's see what all this has done to the Champions League table. So Real Madrid have now managed to get themselves up to the lofty heights of 17th. Liverpool top. Inter Milan are still 0-0. So Inter Milan are still the only club not to concede a goal. Aston Villa are 3rd, Brest 4th, Barca 5th, Dortmund 6th, Bayern 7th. So at the moment, what you've got, let's see how this. You've got 2 English clubs, 1 Spanish, 2 Italians, 2 German, and a French. So a good mix at the moment in the top 8. A good mix. And Aston Villa's 3rd goal has been disallowed. Too many goals disallowed these days, isn't there? Too many goals disallowed. Let them stand. Let's get
unless they go against your bet.
Yeah. That's the only time I like VAR is when you've got an acca. It's true, isn't it? It's the only time you like it. By the way, somebody asked where John Duran came from. By the way, John Duran is 20.
Yeah.
He's a beast. John Duran, Steve, where did they sign him from? Do you know?
Chicago Fire, MLS.
Chicago Fire.
But Savva, you can only sign Premier League proven players, you know? All the other leagues are, bad. Just
God, we are so I mean, free transfers that would kind of sum up.
Would you take John Duran at Spurs
all day long? I'd make him our number 1 striker.
Okay.
Yeah, I Steve, I don't know about Barry, and by the way, Chloe completely agree, and we're not going to buy a DM. He doesn't want one. He's got zero interest in being solid. I don't know Barry's opinion on this really, but in the summer, I was always of the opinion, Steve, that Solanke, he's okay. That was my opinion. He's all right. But everyone, Steve, was making videos why he's perfect for Ange Ball. For me, he looks like a bit of a big lump and not very good through on goal. Barry, what's your assessment what was your assessment when we signed him?
Signed who? Solanke?
Well, it's good that you're listening to the stream. Thanks, Barry. Yes, Solanke's the one. Yeah,
just checking. I'm trying to do 2 things at once.
Leipzig! Oh, 2-2 Leipzig.
I think
2-2.
I think well, he's I think we signed him off 1 good season. And I think look, I'm not. He needs more goals. That's what he needs. I haven't got a problem with anything else that he's doing. His hold up play is, he's kind of, he's doing the niggly bits in midfield, winning the free kicks, but he's not scoring goals. And a striker should be there to score goals, in my opinion. And I wouldn't want to
year. Barry, this is the problem. When everyone was losing their mind, this is a guy that's 27 and had 1 good year in his career in the Premier League. But hang on, Wayne Rooney's Plymouth are back in it with 11 minutes to go. They normally finish quite strong. Here to go, the ball, corner kick. It's a tip. Yeah, I love that. Good. Birmingham are winning at Exeter. Birmingham 2, Exeter 1. Keshi Anderson, and the guy that got the Leipzig goal is a player I would love Spurs to sign. Baumgartner. I think he's a brilliant footballer. I thought he was excellent for Austria in the Euros as well. Really good player.
Play him in like 4 or 5 different positions as well. He is like a textbook squad player. Baumgartner, like a high level squad player.
Yeah, I think
you could play him center mids, left mid, like DM, attacking midfield, right wing. I've seen him play a bit everywhere over the years. He's a good player. Baumgartner.
Foxy saying Envigado produced these talents. So I think that was where Chicago Fire got John Duran from. Look, Foxy, I know you football all over the world, but this is the thing. I think so many people only talk about Premiership players. If you've got good scouts, there are top players. And I don't know if you guys saw it today, but Brighton signed a player today, didn't they? Have you seen?
I didn't actually see that.
Brighton have agreed a deal to sign one of Inter Miami's players, if I'm not wrong. There you go. Brighton agreed deal to sign Inter Miami star Gomez. Diego Gomez. 11 million.
Good. Wow. He's good. Yeah, midfield. It's just more for their midfield depth.
They scout brilliantly, don't they? They scout brilliantly, Brighton do. 11 million. 11 million. By the way, Bayern Munich are 3-1 up against Shakhtar Donetsk. Jamal Musiala, who's a quality player. Quality player. Really good player.
Leverkusen.
Oh, hang on. Atalanta 2, Real Madrid 3. Oh, no. Hang on.
Lookman. Lookman.
Jamal Musiala's goal has been disallowed for Bayern Munich. So they're 2-1 up. And Ademola Lookman, who is on fire this season, has brought Atalanta back into it.
Charlton Athletic.
If I could have any manager at the top of my list, I know it's not going to happen. I would take Gasperini all day long. That is a top manager.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd take him all day long. But Ademola Lookman with another goal. They're all going in now. He
drilled that, man. He drilled that left corner.
Lookman, let's see this year. What's he done?
He's been the best player in Serie A for me.
Ademola Lookman this season in Serie A has played 12, 8 goals and 4 assists. So he's got 12 in 12 contributions. He's got 3 Coppa Italia games, 2 goal contributions. And now he's got 3 goals and 1 assist in 5 Champions League games. So he's just getting up towards the 20 goal and assist mark for the season. Absolutely brilliant from him. Savva, Evan Ferguson is rumored to be available in January. For me, Billy, he's another one where he burst onto the scene. Everyone put him on a pedestal way too early. And now he's like down the pecking order behind Pedro and Welbeck at Brighton. So for me, I think we need better. I'm not saying he won't be good in the future, but for me, I think he's got to do. Let's have a look at him, shall we?
Noah Lang. Shout!
I mean, Evan Ferguson. He got 6 goals 2 seasons ago, 6 goals last season, 1 goal this season. So he's got 13 goals in 2.5 seasons. It's not. It's not really great. It's not really great, is it?
I think he had a few injuries, to be honest. But yeah, his stock is pretty low right now.
Yeah,
you get him for cheap,
he's
then
got time.
Cool, but
he's got time. But again, it's another. When people are going, he's 100 million, and you're like, hang on, have a couple of good years before everyone raves about a player. But yeah.
Possible penalty for PSV against Brest. A Joey Veman shot. Hit the hand of the no penalty. PSV do not get a penalty. Yeah, I thought they got Lookman for less than 10 mil.
Yeah, Foxy.
They could get 100. They could get 100 million out of Man United. Man United would do something.
I don't know about 100 million, man. I mean,
no, I'm saying so. I'm saying like Man United are stupid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're dangerously close to thinking that every player that does well is suddenly 100 million. But yeah, look, for 10 million or less, whatever it was, to do what he's doing at Atalanta. And did he score? Was it a hat trick in the Europa League final or 2?
Yeah,
he got a hat trick.
Hat trick.
Listen, when he retires, he'll be able to tell his kids and his grandkids that he scored 3 goals in a European final.
There's like 5 players that have ever done that. Any
Wow.
UEFA Cup, Champions League, Europa League, any European final. There's like 5 or 6 players.
Well, here you go. There's a question. Everyone in the chat, can you name players who have scored a hat-trick in either Europa League or what it used to be called the UEFA Cup final, the Cup Winners' Cup, or the Champions League? Players who have scored a
he loves it.
hat-trick in a final. Bayern Munich 3-1 up. Michael Olise penalty. They've got some good players, Bayern Munich. Olise, Musiala, someone called Harry Kane. They've got some good players. Oh, they've got brilliant players down there. Billy has said the Irish Andy Carroll. Did Gerd Muller, did he, Phil? Let's have a look. Players that have scored
in European finals. I want to say one of them was. Oh my God!
Here we go in Europe.
There was a Real Madrid player in the 60s. Or
so probably Eusebio or Di Stefano.
No, I think it's Puskas.
So Puskas, Di Stefano, and Prati have all scored hat tricks in a European Cup final.
And Ademola Lookman.
List of European champions.
Oh, good save. Karnaseki. Jeez.
Here we go. The 5 players to have scored a hat trick in a European final. Here we go. Puskas, followed by Di Stefano, followed by Prati for AC Milan, followed by Jupp Heynckes for Borussia Mönchengladbach, followed by Ademola Lookman is the only player in the last 50 years to score a European final hat trick.
Wow.
No one's going to be able to take that away from him.
For real.
What a quality thing to have on your CV. Vagabruce, apparently not. Not in a final.
There was braces. There was a lot of braces. Eusebio,
Bale,
Forrest Gump. He had
Bobby
braces,
Charlton,
didn't he?
Johan Cruyff, Gerd Muller. So Muller only scored a brace. Phil P. Hullet, Van Basten, Karl-Heinz Riedler, Crespo, Filippo Inzaghi against Liverpool, Militao, Cristiano Ronaldo, and then obviously Gareth Bale got 2 when he came off the bench against Liverpool.
God, Bale was brilliant in those Champions League finals, wasn't he? When he played, he just turned it on.
Did you think he would be that good?
Yeah, when I think when he first joined, we knew he was good, but wasn't getting the best out of him. And then when Harry Redknapp came in, pushed him to the left, he just went another level. And when we saw him that night, what was it, Barry? That night against
Inter.
We actually lost the game 4-3, didn't we? We lost the game. Yeah. Weren't we 4-0 down at half time? Am I making that up? I feel like we were 3 or 4-0 down at half time to Inter Milan. And then I'm pretty sure anyone in the chat, remind me, I'm pretty sure he scored all 3 goals. Hang on. Let's have
Why is it Spurs that are so well known for losing games? Like you had the game last year with the Ange Highline thing. You have this game.
Right. Inter Milan 4-3 v Tottenham. Let's have a look. Here we go. So Inter Milan. Here we go. So, yeah, Inter Milan were 4-0 up at half-time. Zanetti, Eto'o, Stankovic and Eto'o. And then Gareth Bale got a hat-trick in the second half. And Gomez was sent off in the game. But it was that game where everyone sort of went, wow. And then in the second leg, he destroyed Maicon again. He just absolutely destroyed him at White Hart Lane. And then we knew it's a matter of time before a big club comes calling. And you don't turn down Real Madrid to stay at Tottenham, unfortunately.
Was that the first year you were back in the Champions League?
Yes. Yes, it was, yes. That was our first ever time in the Champions League, wasn't it?
You didn't play in European Cup.
That was our first ever time in the Champions League, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't ever play in the European Cup.
We would have in the early. Was it? We won the league in '61, right? With a double team of '61, they would have gone into the European Cup, right?
Yeah.
But the actual Champions League.
Oh.
By the way, Leeds are 2-1 up. Dan James has put them back to the top of the table. Yes. First half, yes. Coutinho was superb that night. Yes. Yes. That absolutely bang on, Foxy. Absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I was talking about in the actual Champions League era. It was our first year there. And then if I'm not wrong, didn't we end up going out to Real Madrid? In the quarters, I want to say. I think we beat Milan.
Cup Winners' Cup, you lost to Atletico Madrid. 1963.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Spurs. Spurs doing Spursy things. Yeah, he ruined Maicon. He absolutely ruined Maicon. Madness. Hang on, let's have a look.
DiMarco? Oh, Duran! John Duran! Block. Damn.
Yes, Spurs have won European trophies, Chloe. Believe it or not, Spurs have won European trophies.
Hey, for all you Arsenal fans out there, you have a worse European history than Spurs. You have one less and accomplished less than Tottenham Hotspur. Don't ever forget that. Actually, West Ham, I think, have a better European record than you do. So just saying.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, Steve. You just carry on with your dry chicken burger, mate. You know.
I'm picking up Spurs. What the hell?
You're doing what all people do. Some sideways fucking bloody compliment. That's the word that I was looking for.
Stop swearing.
Sorry.
Backwards.
Sorry, Savva. That was the first time. I'll go on the naughty step. I'm sorry.
Good.
No, sorry. Right. You beat Atletico Madrid.
Right. I'll tell you what. Let me show everyone just so that they know. Right, here we go. Tottenham Hotspur squad. Here we go. Here's our honours. Here's our honours.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's trophies. That's impressive.
It's not the longest list you've ever seen in the world. Because we haven't done anything for like 25 years. So here we go. This is Tottenham Hotspur. This is what we've won. So as everyone can see there. Oh, hang on. I think Luton have equalised. So as you can see there, so we won the league in God, that is tiny. I can't even read that.
You can zoom in.
Change the text to large, Savva.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Oh, Nathan Tella.
So here we go. So so you can see there in the domestic leagues. So we won it in 1951 and in 1961 in the top tier of football. FA Cup, 8 FA Cups, and we've not won it for 33 years. It will be 34 years this year if we don't win this year's FA Cup. You can see there we've won 4 League Cups, 2 of which have been I was going to say only one since the turn of the century. We've won the Charity Shield. What is that? 7 times. And then if we go down to the European, hang on, where are we? If we go down to the European competition, which is what we were all talking about, you can see there that we've won the UEFA Cup in 62-63. And we've won the Cup Winners' Cup in 62-63. And we've won the Europa League / UEFA Cup in 72 and in 84. And we've won the Anglo-Italian Cup in 1971.
And just for Angus, just so you're aware, that's more European trophies than Arsenal, mate. Just so you're aware.
Hang on, let's have a look at Arsenal, shall we?
They've won 2, mate. The Intercities Fairs Cup in 1970. So I mean, I don't even know what that is. That's like, what was that? What was it? The Arsenal? What did Arsenal? The Emirates Trophy? Is that what that was the equivalent of? and the Cup Winners' Cup in 1994.
They beat
so
Sampdoria. They beat Sampdoria in the final, I believe.
There we go. This is them lot
Am
down
I
the
correct,
road.
Barry?
Huh?
Am I correct, Barry? Does it say Sampdoria?
I don't know. I don't. It just felt dirty typing Arsenal into Google, so I don't want to go any further and see what the result was.
Well, there you go. So Arsenal. I mean, look. On the domestic front, though, they absolutely dwarf us, don't they? On the domestic front, look, they've got 13 First Division titles to our 2. They've got 14 FA Cups to our 8. We've won the League Cup more than them, eh? We can show off a little bit. We've won the League Cup 4 times. They've won the Community Shield 17 times, and they've won the UEFA Cup once. So, fair to say that domestically they piss all over us, but in Europe,
we piss all over them.
Yeah, we piss all over them.
A couple more, but. Community Shield merchants, exactly. Spurs Kings. They celebrate it like it's the 5th trophy.
The Community Shield merchants. The Community Shield merchants. We're shameless. For a team that wins nothing, we are shameless, aren't we? It's like, I remember Spurs fans, right? Like when West Ham won the Conference League. Oh, look at that shitty trophy. We got knocked out in the group stages of the Conference League.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Barry? We got knocked out in the group stages.
Vitesse, Stade Rennais, and NS Mura.
Oh my God, yeah, they were bad times. Listen, there are full-time scores coming in. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Blackburn 1, Portsmouth 0, Norwich 0. Luton 2, Stoke 1. Luton with a last-minute winner in that game. Sunderland have just equalised in the 93rd minute at home to Bristol City. Exeter 1, Birmingham 2. So all of the English games are drawing to a close. Luton have won. The Luton game has just finished. Luton 2, Stoke 1.
It's happened again, Savva. You've started going at a player, and look what's happened. You went at Emerson Royale the other week, and look what happened. Whoa. You went at Luton's manager, and look what's happened. You never learn, do you?
I know. It's my bad. It's my bad.
Oh dear.
I told you.
Although there is some exciting news coming out of Tottenham Hotspur in a couple of weeks, but I can't say what it is.
I'm sure it's really exciting. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It might be. It might not. But there you go.
No, I can tell you it won't be. It's Tottenham. Sunderland 1, Bristol City 1 has finished. Burnley 0, Derby 0. Burnley have the best defence. I'm going to make this up without looking. I'm pretty sure that's the best defence of any club in England this season. 7 goals conceded.
7 goals. Yeah, I reckon that's true.
Let's have a look. So in the Premier League.
I got an idea. Barry, you check League 2. I'll check League 1.
Okay.
I don't know why you're doing it. I've done all 4 of them in about 4 seconds. Yeah, it's the best defence it's the best defence in England by a country mile. So Burnley 0, Derby County 0 in that game. Let's have a look.
In comparison, Plymouth has shipped 40 goals compared to Burnley's 7.
That's what happens when you have a terrible manager in charge.
7 goals conceded. I mean, their fans will probably say they're not scoring enough, but 7 conceded, 3rd in the table. Yes, who can forget? By the way, we're into the last 10 minutes of all the Champions League games. Still Leipzig 2, Villa 2 from a British perspective.
Tillman. Oh, no.
Lord Rodney Trotter conceded 8 in 38 with Spurs on Football Manager. I don't believe you in any way, shape, or form that you conceded 8 goals in 38 on Football Manager. Not having it.
Play on like easy difficulty or something.
Spurs won. Yes, Spurs won the FA Cup in 91. We won the League Cup in 99. And we won the League Cup in 2008. And since then, we've won the Water Toll Cup, We've won what was the other one we won, Barry?
The Audi Cup.
The Audi Cup. We've won the Audi Cup. The Audi
How could
Cup.
you forget the Audi Cup?
I know.
Man.
How could I forget the Tin Pot trophy? I
Well,
love it. I
these
love these pre-season trophies, Barry, where you literally play one game and win a trophy at the end of it. Like, it's just
We won the Tiger Cup as well, didn't we? The Tiger
Cup. On the Tiger Cup. Yeah.
Whoa! Leverkusen. Oh no.
You can't sing that, Arsenal fans.
Yeah. Arsenal can't do that.
The Walter Toll Trophy when we like that was when we went. Did we go 1 or 2-0 down against Rangers in that game, and then won 4-2? Or did I dream that? Maybe I dreamt that.
Yeah. By the way, Wrexham won again tonight. Wrexham are pretty formidable at home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wrexham. Are they going to go all the way through the leagues? Are they just going to keep going up?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Saibari! Oh, what is blood?
Steve?
Steve never changes. No, look, I think they'll probably get to the championship, but I don't see them going up from the championship straight away, because that
It'll take a minute.
That would be some going from the conference or Vanarama or whatever it's called all the way up, right? Because Bournemouth went what? Bournemouth went League 2 to Premier League, right?
Just quickly, Aston Villa look like they found the winner. Aston Villa 3, Leipzig 2. Also Salzburg 0, PSG 3. Desiree Doué, if anyone remembers him, that we were meant to be looking at. And Ross Barkley has been credited with the Aston Villa goal.
It took a mad deflection.
Rangers.
Spurs?
Oh, Tintin. Yeah. This is what I mean. Under Levy and his ownership, we've absolutely been pretenders, haven't we? We've celebrated getting Champions League football like it's winning trophies. And now we're just, what are we? What are we? 11th in the table, going backwards?
Oh, Musiala? Yes! Fuck yeah! Musiala!
Woo! Stop the Fs. Stop.
I didn't even say it.
Yes, you did. You went.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Stop.
Oh, really?
Bayern Munich, as Steve has just alluded to, are 4-1 up. Jamal Musiala, one of Steve's 92 teams that he supports, has just scored. Hang on. All right, hang on.
What a play.
Free Ukraine. Free Ukraine. Free Ukraine. Free Ukraine. Free Ukraine. I think this person wants us to free Ukraine. I'm going to free you up from being on my stream.
And they have a Russian flag as a background.
And deleted. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. They just do. You think in any other walk of life, if you had the 24, 25 years and had this little success in a company, I think the best way to put it, as people have been putting it lately, if anybody working for Daniel Levy had been as unsuccessful as Daniel Levy has, he would sack them.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think Foxy, fair play to them as well, because they went 6 or 7 games without winning. And now they've won. That's 3 on the bounce if they can see this game out. And they're flying in the Champions League. Absolutely. Let's see what they need to do to. So in the Champions League.
On the break. Oh, wide line.
In the Champions League, they're absolutely flying. Only lost 1 game. Only conceded 3 goals. And at the moment, I'll tell you what, let's have a look, shall we, at Aston Villa's Champions League fixtures, shall we?
They got Celtic. They're already. I think they play Monaco away. I think they have Monaco away and Celtic at home.
Monaco away. Yeah, Monaco away. Yeah, and do you say and Celtic at home?
Yeah.
I would think that there was definitely 3 points minimum for them in those two games.
Draw
So
with Monaco.
they'll go through.
Draw with Monaco. I guess they could lose. Monaco are a good team, and then probably beat Celtic. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, by the way, Jamie O'Hara, 1 week, Spurs are the greatest team in the world. The next week, everyone's rubbish and needs to go. And yet, these people like that get jobs on TalkSport. It blows your mind, doesn't it? Him and Jason Kunde together, listening to them, it's like listening to a couple of children in the classroom. It's really bad. Yeah, really, really bad. Yeah, so Aston Villa 3-2 up with 1 minute plus injury time to go. But yeah, Unai Emery just, oh my gosh, Inter Milan's record has gone. They are now no longer, they're no longer got the record of the only team not to concede. Bayer Leverkusen have scored in the last minute. Nordi Mukiel.
Yeah.
So that, I think, let me double check. I think that puts Bayer Leverkusen back into the top 8.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Bayer Leverkusen are second. So Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter Milan, Brest, Barca, Dortmund, Munich. And then tomorrow you've got a whole host of teams that could get into there, such as such as Milan, Atletico, Benfica, Lille, Monaco, Arsenal. And by the way, Man City, whatever they do tomorrow night, will not be able to go into the top 8. Man City will not be able to go into the top 8 tomorrow night as things stand. It's all happening. It's all happening.
Good finish of Mukiele as well. Jeez. They're still so good, Leverkusen. They're still so good. Like, maybe not last year good, but like they had like a month of form where they were a bit meh. Other than that, though, I mean, like you said, they're second in the freaking Champions League table. And they're third in the Bundesliga. I still think they have a better chance of winning the Bundesliga than we do, personally. I don't think Bayern win anything. I still don't. I think this Harry Kane curse thing is real.
I think Bayern will win it this year.
I'm so serious because we're already out of the Pokal. I don't know. I'm just sketchy.
Oh, man. Bruges have scored. Club Bruges 2. Sporting 1. They've come from 1-0 down. By the way, the big game in the Championship is into injury time. Leeds 2, Middlesbrough 1. Club Bruges goal. Casper Nielsen with the Bruges goal. Wow. Club Bruges, who are Scotty Parker's old team.
Yeah,
Scotty Parker's old team. Yeah, I just find it. I find it a bit. By the way, Leeds have got a third. Dan James has played the ball in. Yeah, easy. Yeah, 3-1. Great goal. Well done, Leeds. Really good goal. Really good goal. Leeds are flying at the top of the Championship right now. And it was Aronson with the goal.
Bayern
Munich 5, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. So Bayern Munich will end the night 8th. As it stands, I believe they'll end the night 8th. So you've got Liverpool off laughing. Liverpool are so far above everyone else that by the end of tomorrow night, the only 2 clubs that can be within 3 points of them are Barcelona and Dortmund. If they both win. If not, Liverpool will have a 5-point gap over everyone else. So I think, if I'm not wrong, have they qualified?
Yeah, they might have mathematically.
Well, Arsenal and Monaco can go to 13, so they can be 19. So
they've not.
Arsenal, all but yeah, they're pretty much yeah. I'll be very surprised from there because are you going to say they're not going to get? Who have they got to play in the other 2 games? They've got to play.
I want to say they play one of the Austrian teams.
If anyone can find out who Liverpool have got left, Aston Villa, by the way, are in the 90th.
They've got to play Lille at home and PSV away.
I would
PSV
expect they'll beat Lille. Listen, I think 1 point wins them the whole group, if I'm honest. But Liverpool are good. Liverpool are a good team.
Do you think they win the Prem? Do you think they win the Prem? I think they do.
Yeah, look, I think that we need to see what happens if they have a rough patch.
And what Man City do in January.
Yeah, I want to see what Liverpool do when they have, if they fail to win 2 games in a row or 3 games in a row. That for me is the mark of a top team. How do you bounce back? But it's in their hand.
They might not need to, Savva. They might not even need to do that though. What if they hit their rough patch at like match day 30 and they're 15 points ahead?
Yeah, of course.
That's because they just look that good.
No, they do. Listen, the league is in their own hands.
Yeah.
And I think they've got a very. I know everyone keeps going, I think they're weak in this area. I think they've got a really deep squad. When you look at the options that they've got, fullback, centre back, centre mid, their forward lines, I think they're a good team. By the way, Aston Villa have won 3-2, a great win in Germany for Aston Villa. Real Madrid have won away 3-2 as well. Bayer Leverkusen have been beaten. Inter Milan 1-0. So I think there's still a few games going on. Let's have a look.
Brest and PSV.
Brest PSV is finished. That is 1-0. It's finished. The only game that is still going on is Club Bruges. Yes. No, Angus, no. I think what Steers said to you is spot on here. You've got to remember we're talking about qualifying in that top 8 versus having to have a playoff game. And what no club wants to do, especially Spurs in the Europa, Barry, we do not want to finish 9th to 24th and have another 2 games sandwiched in between.
No, Arsenal, if you win, I don't know, who have you got to play? This makes it even worse seeing I've got to search for Arsenal's fixtures now. Arsenal have got to play Dynamo Zagreb at home and Girona away.
I fully expect Arsenal to take 4 to 6 points from that. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I think Girona looked good tonight with no punch. They had no punch up front. I thought they had
when you have Dan Guma as your striker, you're real.
Girona have won 1 out of the 6 games as well.
Asprilla is good. Asprilla on Girona is good. That Colombian winger. I like him.
So here's the next question then for the Champions League. So you've got the top 8 who go through automatically. Then you're going to have 8 teams that join them from playoffs. Does that top 8 then get the first game away against someone they play from the second 8? Does that make sense?
I think so.
So almost like the top 8 have gone through as seeded.
Yeah, they go through as seeded. Yeah. What that means is I don't know what that means in terms of they get their second game at home or what. I don't know.
Listen, I know we don't say anything about Arsenal, but who have Arsenal got tomorrow night?
Monaco below them.
Where?
They're on the same amount of points. Arsenal are only above them on goal difference.
Emirates.
But where's the game's at the Emirates, right?
Emirates, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll win that. Let's be brutally honest. The 3 fixtures they've got, Arsenal are going to finish in that top 8. I know we don't want them to. They're going to finish in that top 8. What? Monaco, Zagreb, and Girona.
I think Monaco could draw or beat them. I'll predict.
At the Emirates.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
Yeah, because they could cope with them physicality.
I can't see it.
I'm going to predict.
There's more chance, Steve, of you having sauce on your chicken burger, mate, than Arsenal losing tomorrow night, mate. Come on.
Let's have
No,
a
proper sauce, not sweet and sour sauce. That isn't actually sweet and sour sauce.
Why? What is wrong with sweet?
I mean,
and
look,
sour?
I'm looking at Monaco in the last couple of months. They lost away at Marseille.
Yeah, that
They
was
lost
bad.
at home to Benfica. They lost they lost at home to Angers. They lost away to Nice. Look, listen, let's hope they do. I can't see it.
To be fair, Arsenal have had some bad losses and draws this year too.
Sure, but Angus, by the way, I'd love to know when you say again we have a lot of injuries. Who's a lot of injuries? Because I'm looking at your injury list, and according to this, Tomiyasu and White won't play definitely, and Gabriel, Calafiori, and Zinchenko are questionable.
So the only one really in that is, let's say the only two in that is White and Gabriel, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could put Calafiori in that, but
so three.
Listen, you're a Champions League football club. If you have 3 players missing through injury, you've got to cope with that, right? That's why you're in the Champions League. I think too many fans want to talk about how great their squads are, and then they'll go, "Oh no, but it's actually only our 11 that's good." Guys, I am going to leave it there. Listen, I thoroughly enjoyed ourselves tonight. Andy, the Spurs fan, has become a YouTube member. Big up to you, Andy, the Spurs fan. Really appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. And Mark Cook with a super sticker earlier. Thank you as well, Mark, always in the chat. By the way, guys, we are now only 380 away from 15,000. So I'm hoping to get there by the 1st of January, but it's a big ask. It's a big ask. But Steve, Barry, thank you. Thoroughly enjoyed your company. Lots of utterly terrible banter about food.
Mainly from that one there. But yeah.
Hang on.
What?
Long live Putin. Oh, good. Let's block that, shall we?
Yeah, I know, right?
Long live Putin. On that note, if anyone clips me saying that, long live Putin. And on that note, we'll end the show. Guys, thanks very much. Guys, join me in the morning, 10 a.m. For the final. It's the final morning show with Savva for 10 days. So I'm going on holiday Thursday morning. So join me. I'll be joined tomorrow by Chris B. Many of you know Chris B. Very dry, really good takes on Tottenham. Tomorrow night, I will be back doing something. I don't know what yet. Oh, the suspense will be killing you all day. Take care, Barry. Take care, Steve. And as always, leave it out and come on, you Spurs.